This is my favorite episode of all time.
Twan, the reason why you stupid idiot can never find who Tony is because I'm Tony. Because
Bring my
you
years though, cause that ain't
you should have never called me a fat ass Kelly Price.
I'm still speechless. I don't know
There's
what to
nothing to say.
Don't talk to me ever no more, and I mean that.
It was the right thing to do.
Man, you please could follow me with that damn camera.
Yeah, I want a lot of space. Like
Please.
10 times more space.
I didn't realize they left that in. I forgot of me telling the camera guys to go away. But when you're actually there and the cameras are that close, it's distracting and also feels very exploitative. Like
violating.
you're going through something with people who are really going through
Right.
it. They need to, live that moment.
Right. I just always find it interesting because people online and like even my friends, they always ask me, like, how do you guys not laugh when these things are
not
happening?
funny.
And I'm like, because it's not funny.
Very not funny.
It's not
in the
funny.
moment.
And we spend so much time with these people, like at least 4 days.
Right.
You get to know them and like you hear their story, and there's a lot of their story that doesn't make it to air that like we hear. And it's like you get to know them and you feel for them, and then when these reveals happen and it's sad, like you feel bad. You're not gonna laugh. Like it's not funny. Even though you should have never called me a fat ass Kelly Price is funny. But it wasn't funny to her when it happened.
I didn't know who Kelly Price was.
Of course not.
I still don't really know. So for me, I didn't even realize that was a joke.
She does look like Kelly Price.
Does she?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a thing. You
Can-
should
wait,
Google
let me
it.
just
You have
Google
to.
her.
How did you not?
Let me see.
Neat.
But Kelly Price is beautiful.
Yeah, but you don't want to be a fat ass Kelly Price. It's like somebody being like,
That's
you look like
like-
a fat ass Celine Dion. Like, who wants that? I want to look like Celine Dion.
All right, Max. I'm signing in.
What do we got?
Let's see. All right, here's one. Ready?
Give me something juicy.
The headphones.
I know. Max wore headphones for the first few
You need
seasons.
to bring those back.
Well, so this was the first episode we ever filmed. It was the pilot, if you will.
Did you think it was gonna get sold?
I always have a totally absurd confidence in
You are very optimistic.
and optimism with things that I do. So I think I just sort of assumed it was going to happen, but I was very delighted when it did.
How long after the documentary came out did Catfish the TV show start
Well,
filming?
so coincidentally, the premiere of the documentary was almost exactly 10 years ago.
I remember when it came out.
Yeah,
I watched the documentary. I was a big fan.
cool.
Now, not so much.
Wow.
Like, I want to go meet this girl, and I want to help her and take her to meet the guy of her dreams.
Were you so excited? Were you like, this is my big break?
You know what? Actually, well, yeah, I was excited, but I felt like it was a disaster. It felt way too much like reality TV to me, having just only ever made straight documentaries.
Yeah.
Even them just sort of saying, okay, we're ready, like go. I was like, I don't know how to do that. That's what I think made me uniquely well suited for the job, is that I wasn't an on-camera host. I was just this person who did their thing. And to all of a sudden have people like not directing, but like
Yeah.
cueing me to
Yeah.
do things, I was like, this is not feel good. And so I had to, there was a lot of pushback.
I can imagine.
And this week, we have a very special co-host, someone I'm very excited about. And here she is, Kamie Crawford.
Hey guys. This is my favorite episode.
Kamie really is all that. Being crowned Miss Teen USA was just the first step in her unique journey to awesomeness.
So cute I am.
Why? I don't understand. We're just showing your reel right now. Why do they need to
excuse
see
me.
this? Can we
Because
cut to the episode, please? Because this
It's
is
about
like.
me. This is my intro. Let me have my moment. I was Wait, can I just say?
What was this like for you? This was your first episode.
Okay, first of all, when I got the call about being on the show, I thought I was being catfished. And I was like in between moving my whole life of 8 years in New York to LA. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, why am I even pursuing being a TV host? I'm an idiot. Like, I need to get an office job and just say F it all, because this is not gonna work.
Right, and your influencing is like not cutting it.
So I was like freaking out about life. I was having my quarter century life crisis. I had just turned 25. I was like on the couch with a bottle of wine every night. So
So you got the call.
I got the call, and the whole time I'm thinking this is like all a joke.
A prank.
The next day, I still wasn't thinking anything. I'm literally like eating out of a cheese tray. And then you walked in and I was like, this is real. And then my heart started beating out of control. I started sweating. I was like, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what I was doing.
Let's see, I don't remember. But now that I know all that, I want to see how you handled it.
Oh, I was great.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm a huge fan.
What's your favorite episode?
You should have never called me a fat ass Kelly Price. Told you. I've been thinking about it all night. Just so you know. I couldn't get sleep.
Aren't you tired?
That's what concealer's for. See, it was cool. Cool as a cucumber.
You did, yeah, you seemed cool.
I was terrified. I was like, he's gonna be like, who's this And I know that's what you were thinking in your head.
Well, when they told me,
You said, who's this
like, kill Miss Teen USA from
Ew.
10 years ago.
But that's fine, because guess what? I
Doesn't
won you
even have
over
100,000
that
followers.
day. I won you over that day, and you asked me to go to sushi. I'll never forget.
I didn't want to eat alone. All right.
You loved me. You were like, she's my best friend. You loved me. From that moment,
I
you were
am
like,
just-
she's the one.
I can connect and relate to anyone. That's what makes me.
Lies.
Good
You
at
were
this.
like, pick her. I know. You don't have to. You don't have to front for everybody in here.
I don't know what to say. I just want to know why.
I just thought, I knew there was something going on, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I did it to see if all the issues we were having was you just didn't want to be with me.
I've never seen this one.
So they were married and they had a kid, and he had been in the military, and I think was struggling with PTSD, and it had sort of, you know, understandably put a little bit of a strain on their relationship. And she had started an online boutique and got a message from somebody on there, a guy, I guess, and they started chatting. Some flirtation kind of grew from that. And it turns out it was him trying to, at first, just sort of see if she would talk to another guy. But then it turned out he was really using it to reconnect with her emotionally because he was afraid to do it as himself and to open up to her, and so he was opening up through this other guy.
I get insecure, you know, I get worried, but I don't pretend to be somebody else and try to trick you.
In this case, weirdly, it ended up being kind of a catfish for good.
I mean, because they're already married, you're already locked in. So.
Well, I mean, it could have gone way worse, though.
Right, true.
The intention initially was to see if she would cheat, and then he immediately learned that she was desperately just looking for someone to talk to.
She was like lightly flirting, but it wasn't like crossing the line.
No, it never crossed the line. I think he maybe even tried. He like tempted her a few times and said, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're so beautiful," and she never. Yeah.
Ride or die.
Yeah. No, she definitely proved that she was legit, you know, committed to him.
Yeah.
Nice to finally meet you.
Nice to finally meet you, too. Hello.
What's up?
Not gonna shake my hand?
Oh, yeah.
This was so messy. I loved it.
So this episode was particularly unusual because there were these two guys, DJ and Malik,
yeah.
who independently of each other had both been having a relationship with this guy Josiah. And we brought them together, they didn't know each other, to meet Josiah. And amazingly, Josiah was really the guy that they, you know, it was him. He was using his pictures and his name and all that.
Right.
But had been, you know, pretty much leading them both on for a long time.
Two-timer.
I just can't believe you're you.
Yeah, that's the big surprise.
That's the big surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can say it better than I said it there.
I'm not gonna be able to do it with both of them at one time.
Are you scared?
No, I'm
Are
not
you scared?
scared. It's just,
Yeah.
He had an attitude. I did not like it. Damn, how'd you guys think this was gonna go down? I thought they were gonna fight him.
Well, there was almost a fight.
I know,
Remember?
but I thought
Right.
that it was good. I thought they were gonna jump him.
I mean, he was smart to try and talk to them you know,
Individually,
separately.
it didn't work both times though. Both times,
Right.
it blew up in his face.
But good for him for at least showing up.
he couldn't handle the truth. Okay, they
Who?
were giving it to him,
Oh,
and
right,
he couldn't
right.
handle it. He's like, I can't do this with you. I can't do this with you. He kept walking off.
Right.
But you set up the scenario. You're the reason why everybody's here,
Yeah.
sir. And he liked the one in the blue more than he liked the one in the black.
Right.
I remember that.
Oh, I think, by the way, it didn't make the cut, but that night, DJ and Josiah did hook up.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
I love that. That's even messier.
Yeah. We've never had two hopefuls hook up. An identical twin.
Everybody in Hawaii is in on this.
That's insane. We've never seen anything like this. The Catfish sent you the real guy's Facebook page.
Come on!